Hello world, I'm LJ and welcome to the Foxhole. We are back at Sakura Saturday and you know what that means? The Metal 4th album is still not complete and today we are looking at the 7th song in this album and that is My Queen. Personally a song where I feel like skip sometimes, but when I listen to it I feel like man, that song is good. Why? Well, here's why. My Queen is a collaboration song by Babymetal featuring the Canadian metalcore band Spiritbox and on the prominent side Courtney LaPlante giving her vocals in the second half of this song. The song was released on June 13th, so also before the release of the actual album. We have an official music video, so there was a lot of effort put into the song. On the composer side we have a long list this time, a lot of names that I think belong to a Spiritbox, Zach Cervini, Drew Falk, Courtney LaPlante herself and Mike Stringer, and on the Babymetal side we have Take Metal and Q Metal. Producer obviously Babymetal, however he is not the only one. We also have Zach Cervini as a producer and composer and Wizard Blood. I already teased it in the beginning, this is the song where I always feel like why do I skip it so many times, or why do I never have the urge to listen to this? And we try to figure that out now by going through my categories. If you don't know what my categories are and how I rate my songs, like what point system, I have done a more in-depth introduction into this in my first review, which is for the song From Me to You. So I really recommend you to check that one out if you feel lost in today's video. But now enough said guys, let's go to the first category and start reviewing My Queen. You know the drill, I think it is always a smart idea to start with the intro hype, the intro to the song. And when I say this, it's always the focus especially on live performances. This song was performed live very frequently. The first time it started at Intuit Dome, and that is also where I'm taking my knowledge from. I guess they also played this during the Legend Metal 4th concert in January. However, because we don't have any video footage of that, I cannot really tell that myself. But what we know from Intuit Dome is clearly that we have an extended version of that studio intro. So we have those artificial noises mixed with some like electronic like bits. Then you have someone like talking in the background, which I don't know first of all, who is it? Is it like a reference to something? If you know that, tell me in the comments below. But it is basically the studio intro just extended. Does it hype me up? Not really. Is it like supposed to hype you up? It feels more like it's filling the gap instead of having silence so that the ladies have more time to just refresh themselves before they go in this song. Out of this perspective, I have to say 1 point due to the intro hype, because it's not really hyping me up. What's next is of course what comes also after the intro. Instruments start kicking in and that moment when the song starts, it instantly goes crazy, which I love, which, you know, gives the song a bit of momentum. The initial part is one of my favorites, however it's not the peak. For me personally, the peak is clearly when we go to the Courtney section, and especially when she is doing the breakdown. You know, you have like this build up of instruments, it's going crazier and crazier, and then once the breakdown is over, it's like cut, silence, and Sue's vocals are there in focus. Chorus, yeah, pretty repetitive. We will talk about this in the specific chorus section, but the instruments, I don't really feel that there are instruments that I want to highlight based on what I've just said. Instrumental peak in this song is unfortunately pretty standard, so 1 point for instrumental peak. No Babymetal song would be great if you take away Su's vocals, which is why we now take a look at exactly that. And here I can say the song shines. I personally love long hold notes, and this song has many. The last one that finishes the song is for me that peak. It's not just one note, no, it is a varying note, and that is beautiful. So for me, mwah, I love that. And even outside of the long hold notes, I still have to say that the song itself carries good moments for Su to show us the beauty of her vocals, and especially the melodies that she is carrying through the things she says in the post-chorus. The way she is performing this has some emotional weight to it, and I love it. So instrumental peak is not iconic quite yet, but still outstanding. 2 points without a doubt. It's time to take a look at one of the best Babymetal categories, Kawaii Badass Factor. This song, in my opinion, is not cute at all. There is not really a moment that enforces this in the choreo or just in the way that the girls have been acting. Of course, you know, Momo smiles, you cannot resist that. It's cute, but it's not like made by the song, it's just Momo. However, the opposite, Badass Factor, that one is great. Su delivering her vocals already, the way she does it, like the facial expressions, they are solid. You feel that she knows what she is doing. And even Momo and Moa during the choreo, they really try to keep a serious face. And that for me already carries a lot of this badass level. Of course, the choreo, where we will talk about next, also really helps deliver this. We also have, of course, the headbanging moments and all these things. Kawaii Badass Factor, for me, clearly 2 points. Outstanding. I just said it, choreography, and this is actually the category where I have written down a number, but I don't know if I want to tell that number to you guys or maybe go one up. The choreography for me is in this song fire. When the song starts, this initial section is like fast-paced, a lot of things going on. Moa and Momo really deliver this, especially Moa is on fire here. Or when Courtney is doing the bridge, I just love the way how the choreo is developed with the song. We have another peak moment in my opinion, which is the moment after the breakdown. You have Momo and Su walking towards the front of the stage and Moa on her knees. The visuals on this, I love it. It's really good. And I personally have to say that it might be, as of right now from the songs we have seen, either the second best or the best choreography so far for me. And that one decides right now, because the other choreo that I'm talking about is From Me to You. Due to the dance moves, you know, these things, which is of course very strongly stuck in my head. Here I don't really have such a moment. And because I gave From Me to You 2 points instead of 4, it's hard. Is this one iconic? Should we do it, guys? What do you think? Oh, guys, what is it? What is it? Oh, I don't know. Guys, you know what? Maybe I will regret it. Drop the iconic. 4 points for choreography. That is Really, really cool. I love it. After an up, there's always a down, and that is the crowd interaction in this song. If I take it quick, I would say there is no crowd interaction. However, if you go a bit more into detail, people could argue that that breakdown moment is some kind of crowd interaction because the ladies are headbanging, they are basically telling you to headbang along. So I say, yes, okay, that is also crowd interaction, but this is really not enough in my opinion to be iconic or outstanding in any way. So crowd interaction for my queen is really, really just standard. 1 point. And there we are at the last category, final chorus, which also takes the chorus into account itself. I have checked through all the different choruses and they are identical, let's be honest. Of course, we have minor variations when we take the post-chorus into account. The end of the song of course goes silent after that long hold varying note, which is impressive. But if we really just be clearly on the chorus side, and the chorus unfortunately is also not convincing enough for me to listen to this song. That's why I also say I usually skip it, because it's the post-chorus that says like, yeah, okay, my queen is good. It's the breakdown moment from Courtney, which we don't count in this because it's from a collab partner. That kind of keeps me alive here. And that ending, the long hold note, these are the things. But if the chorus is not delivering for me, it's unfortunately always this skip. But when I listen to it, I hear the other stuff. And yeah, but to make it quick, 1 point standard for the chorus category. It is what it is. And there we have it, guys. We are at the end of my categories. I knew I will increase the choreography to 4 points, even though my initial feeling was a 2. But that is why I sometimes really just leave it open and just decide on the fly, because of course you can think about it, but in the end, it's always a feeling of the stomach, of the heart, that makes this decision. So we just sum them up. I already said it. Choreography, 4 points. Intro hype, 1 point. Instrumental peak, 1 point. Vocal peak, 2 points. Final chorus, 1 point. Kawaii badass factor, 2 points. And crowd interaction, 1 point. Giving us a final point rating of 12 points, therefore in front of Sunset Kiss and Con Con. I think I could agree on this. These 3 songs in general are more on the skipping side for me. I could now try to reason if that is actually making sense for me. Higher than Con Con or Sunset Kiss, but I know that everything that I say feels then even wrong for me. So I will accept the faith. We will see how this all later on goes when I even throw in my weight of each category. You know that everything will get messed around, so we will see how it looks in the end. But as of right now, 12 points, I think I'm pretty convinced that this is a good point rating for this song. And there you have it, guys. Now I talked again a lot. How do you see my queen? What's your favorite moment in the song? What is the weakest part of the song? And what do you think about the music video? I know I never talk about these because I think it would be unfair counting music videos for certain songs and then songs that don't have a music video suffer, which is why I always leave them out. But still I'm curious what you think about it. And else I hope you have a wonderful day. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more Babymetal content. And with that said, Have a good weekend. See you!